Filipinos have long been one of the largest migrant groups to resettle in Canada, as well as in countries worldwide, as they seek better work and living opportunities. Upon resettlement, Filipinos known as balikbayans, or overseas Filipino workers, regularly send cash remittances and gifts to family and friends in the Philippines. While both the cash remittances and material goods contribute to the national Philippine economy, the gifted items often experience more circuitous life histories, as both gift recipients and urban entrepreneurs divert these products into public market commodity trade. During my ongoing research in Baguio, in the northern Philippines, I found that this trade is thriving. Baguio marketers selling goods that may have been sent as gifts forge alternative channels for transnational trade, while they remain firmly seated in their local market stores. By fostering both personal and formal ties with local customers, as well as with Filipinos living abroad, these entrepreneurs connect sectors of societies in new ways across global locations. The intricacy of such gift-to-commodity conversions thus prompts us to ask, in what ways do global migration and migrants' ongoing connections to home affect how people fashion viable livelihoods?
We're now in that section of the Baguio City Public Market that sells imported goods, and these are goods that are not usually available locally. The merchants, mostly women, who sell the goods here, source them from a number of different places. They will get them from Subic or Clark, which are former U.S. Army bases that have now been set up as tourism and leisure sites, and they make these goods available for their visitors. And the type of products we're talking about are imported, such as cosmetics, personal grooming products, specialty confectionaries like candies, and vitamins and health supplements. But the other source of these goods is also through products that are packed as gifts in balikbayan boxes. And these are the boxes that Filipinos working overseas will send to their relatives and community members as gifts. But many of the receivers, if they can't use these items, clothes that may not fit, vitamins that they don't need quite so many of, they'll bring it here to what we call the PX aisle, or the imported aisle, and sell them to some of the merchants here, who then buy back these previous gifts and make them available to people who can use them.
We have relatives in the US and Canada, and they regularly send boxes like this. This is my uncle's house, who lives in Canada. And this is where he stays when he comes back for 6 months. And this is where he brings his balikbayan boxes. My uncle brings home extra large clothing, or sometimes it doesn't fit us. So we bring them to the PX aisle in the public market and try to sell them to the suki, to our suki.
I started my business in the year 1998, and I sell imported products. And these imported products come from US, Canada, Hong Kong, Singapore, Saudi Arabia, and other countries.
By purchasing and exchanging the gifted goods she is offered, Nellie facilitates her customers' everyday subsistence needs in fluid and alternative gift-to-commodity-to-gift transactions.
These products are all assorted. There are soaps, cosmetics, canned goods, and chocolates. Some examples of our chocolates is this Butterfinger. Butterfinger was sold to me by a customer, was sent by her relatives, and because of her families don't like, because it's so sweet and it contains lots of peanuts, that's why she preferred to sell it to me.
And the important key to note here is that the pathways that these merchants use to facilitate their commercial endeavors are the very same trajectories that they use to extend care, offering help to people who need jobs, or taking goods off your hands that you may not need and kind of reoffering them or donating them to others. So in this way, what happens is the care and the commodity economy become enmeshed in very complex ways.
Let's go back to hear Nellie explain further how the commercial viability of her market business and her personalized customer relationships are integrally bound up with one another.
There are also other relatives, other customers who pass by in here, bringing them some of their balikbayan boxes, like the spam. Spam is an expensive product that comes from balikbayan boxes, and because it is expensive, these relatives sell it to me. We exchange these expensive products to local products that reaches to 4 or 5 cans. So I can help them. Instead of one spam, it reaches to 5 canned goods, or it reaches to 2 or 3 meals.
From Nellie's account, we learn about the intricate flow of goods and services that characterize her transnational trade. Now let's hear from Beverly, whose business strategies resemble those of Nellie and who outlines how she transforms business profits into specific community welfare initiatives.
I started my business since 2005. Some people are coming here giving those balikbayan bags for resale, so I bought it from them. And then if I don't have stocks coming from balikbayan boxes or from their pasalubong, I bought some of my stocks in Subic, in Clark, and in some groceries here. If they're on sale, I buy it from them, and I will sell it on a regular prices.
What becomes evident from these Baguio marketers' accounts is how entrepreneurs adeptly mobilize resources across sectors, their organizational skills, resource and human capital, and calculative risk-taking for profit. And they do this in order to best leverage social and commercial opportunities. Baguio entrepreneurs function as the visible linchpin for this transnational trade by creating in-between spaces that contribute to local residents' well-being and the city's economy, while simultaneously activating a global flow of goods across gift and community spheres.
Helping others, like for example, since my brother came from abroad, he does not have any job. I hired him to work for me, and so he's the one going some places and looking for other stocks to sell. And then in other places, I have relatives. They're always asking me to lend them some money, so I ask them to take some of my stock and sell them to other places. Some come here for tuition fees, so I have to, instead of lending them, I ask them to work for a short time to help them out. Like for summer, I ask some of my relatives to work for me, and then I pay them for their tuition fees this coming school days. And I have also friends coming from missionaries who ask me for help, so I pledge certain amount to help students who cannot afford to pay their tuition fees. So that's the way I give back to them, because these people are the one helping me also. By having a successful business, you have to help like other Filipinos also. In keeping this one, I help Filipinos so that Filipinos can help themselves.
As we have seen, these Baguio entrepreneurs enable conversations between spheres of exchange by seeking business success while building mutual support among urban residents. Their gifting and commodity transactions are thus best understood as sets of globally contingent performances. Indeed, the ongoing sustainability of this trade is integrally linked to a moral economy in which Filipinos living abroad continue to support those still at home through gift giving. By situating their local market practice within global negotiations of meaning and agency, these Baguio entrepreneurs secure alternative livelihoods that materialize new opportunities and possibilities for individuals and their community.